Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Dana DeGrazia is Not Graceful. Good to see you again. As you can see, I look a little bit different today. It was, first of all, nice seeing you again. It was requested by one of the viewers that I do a brow tutorial. So, along with doing a brow tutorial, I decided to do part 2 of the Nairobi Diaries tea spill. Mostly because I am not a makeup artist. I don't identify as a makeup artist. And I don't know how actually beneficial this eyebrow tutorial is going to be for the sake of makeup. So I figured I'd at least try and make the video a little bit more interesting and spill that tea that I said that I would. A lot of people didn't necessarily comment on the video. Comment on the video, please. But a lot of people did talk to me in real life after watching it, and they said, oh, I watched your video. What do you mean there's like more to talk about? And so I left out quite a big portion, sort of an event that happened that impacted me being on Nairobi Diaries, unfortunately. And what better way to tell that story than with eyebrows and my cute little ears? So we're set to go. I feel like the video is gonna look kind of weird just because I will be going to the side into my little mirror to do my eyebrows. And as you can see, I also do have some makeup on already, which is weird. Usually you would do your eyebrows first, obviously. But my skin is not really behaving with me today. So I decided to cover that up a little bit. I don't necessarily mind if I look crazy after this, but you wanted a brow tutorial, you're gonna get a brow tutorial. So first things first is you brush out the eyebrows and I'll begin my story. So it was a dark and stormy night. So as you guys who watched my last video know, I was on season 3 of Nairobi Diaries, yeah? Take off my glasses. So on season 3, I was still in uni, first taste of TV and everything. And along with me being on Nairobi Diaries, a friend of mine who is a designer asked me to be her brand ambassador. Now, I absolutely love what she does. I've never had a bad experience with her. To this day, she is still one of my go-to people when I need clothes, especially African wear. I can let you know who that is. So she asked me to be her brand ambassador, and I was like, fuck yeah. I'm absolutely down for that. So I became her brand ambassador, and part of that obviously entails doing a photo shoot. So this is where it starts to get messy. We do a photo shoot, and we are at the makeup artist's sort of apartment building. Now, apartment buildings, they can look amazing. And this one had a pool and sort of a very scenic view. And so along with that scenic view, we're there. And now, step number 2, fill in your eyebrows as I talk. So along with doing the photo shoot, I was like, oh, it'd be a great idea to have the show come, make me feel like I'm a big model, And so they came and they started to film. Now, along with me were a few other of my castmates. So they came and it was half filming the photo shoot and half sort of filming the show. I'm starting to fill in my eyebrow. I don't know if you can see it. So we're filming the show. I'm thinking it's going fine. Of course, we're having some people sort of stop and see what we're doing. Which when a bunch of people are doing weird stuff, people stop to watch whatever you're doing, right? So I think nothing of it. The photo shoot ends. Goes great. I think photos look great. Everyone's happy. We have content for Nairobi Diaries. And we leave, right? Turns out that the makeup artist in her absolutely lovely apartment happened to be neighbors with a pastor. So this pastor, instead of coming and talking to us like an adult, as he should have, he then realizes, obviously after seeing me, because I'm kind of obvious, he realizes that we were filming for Nairobi Diaries. So, first of all, sidetrack. If you know I was on Nairobi Diaries, like you recognized that instantaneously, it means that you, pastor, father, whatever you're called, watch the show, okay? Clearly it means you either watch the show or you read in Pasho and you're Gaffler something, and because you have to read those or watch the show to sort of know where I'm from. So like, okay, father, whatever. We'll ignore that, I guess. So he gets all upset, and instead of talking to us or me or the producer and coming down and saying, hey, please don't film in my building, you know, he didn't even mind really the photo shoot. He really just cared about filming in the building. He said, can you please stop filming? Which, to my response, would have been, this isn't your property. This is unless you're the building owner, the pool, we're going to take photos at. Because the thing is unless someone has reasonable belief that someone can find where you are from that photo or video, if that's the case, then you are kind of invading someone's privacy. But most of the time, the thing is, for example, you guys see me here in my house. If you just see me right here in my house now, can you guys guess where I live? At least right now, I'm actually moving. But I don't necessarily think you can. So to the best of my knowledge, it kind of wasn't his business. He could have been more polite about it. I'm just saying. So he got all up in arms and didn't even speak to us. He just decided that he would rather contact the network. And not only did he contact the network very immediately, saying that we couldn't air the episode, but he also threatened to sue if we even dared airing that, that information. So really quick, back to the eyebrows. Filled, not filled. Beautiful, getting there. So he goes crazy, threatens to sue, gets his lawyer to send a letter. Like, this guy is freaking out, and all the time I'm sort of kept in the darkness, and I'm just waiting like, oh my God, okay, it's fine, it's all gonna be okay. But so I get told by my producer, who I do have a good relationship with even to this day, that she had to allegedly sort of fight the network head into making sure that I stayed throughout the season. But I kept repeatedly telling them, I'm like, listen, I don't think there's much this guy could do. Like, you guys, if you know more about the law and you can do something and tell me about it, please let me know. Like, genuinely, maybe I'm mistaken. But I was like, I really don't think that this guy could do anything. Furthermore, like, why would he want to bring it to court? And then everybody's going to know, like, okay, Father, how do you know she's from Nairobi Diaries, right? What are you watching? So they freak out. The whole network freaks out. Everybody's freaking out. And they tell me, like, we're just not going to air the episode. You're just not going to be in this episode. We'll figure something out. You'll just finish the season, okay? So I cried a little bit about it. I was so scared. I was super scared, because the thing is, at that time, doing the other eyebrow now, at that time, I sort of barely understood show business. I barely understood, entertainment and being on TV. And so at that point, I was just kind of like, oh my God, this guy could really do something kind of thing. And even my friend who I was brand ambassador for a little bit, it kind of did impact our relationship, because a part of me was kind of like, I wish you thought ahead, in this sense of like, maybe we should have done a photo shoot in a better place. Now the thing is, neither one of us, she absolutely could not have ever predicted something like that. Because in my opinion, like, I don't want to call the existence of a pastor, like, in a house a freak accident. But I feel like I've met plenty of people who would identify as religious and they would be fine. They'd be like, okay, whatever, just minding their own business. But he got quite upset about it, which is his prerogative, people. You know, he's allowed to. I'm just cleaning up this brow. You know how you can do one brow and you'll be like, fierce bitch brow, look at this brow, it's a fucking amazing. And then this one is just like, sad brow. It's a very sad brow. So all in all, that put pretty bad taste for me in like that put a bad taste in the mouth of the network as far as me. So I got a very official email saying, we're not going to pay you for the reunion and we're not inviting you back. Which was common, and it is still common. So I can't necessarily be mad about that. You know, you got to read your contracts, people. Read your contracts. So, in summation, that pastor pretty much screwed me out of a job. So if he ever watches this, because I feel like he's probably paying attention to me, I really hate you. But it's fine. I have a better job now. I'm just kidding. So I have filled in my brows. I'm sorry, this is a bit of a long video. I get it. So I filled in the brows, and I like my brows. I just go along the shape of what they are. I'm trying to change the shape. My mother blessed me with brows. Like, I have a very good foundation as far as eyebrows go, right? So as far as like, you know, having to create a shape and do all that, it's not something I have to do. Thank you, Mother. I love you very much for that. She knows. I thank her every time we go home. Every time I go home, I'm like, Mom, I love my eyebrows so much. This is the best feeling in the world. You know, because I don't know, I appreciate someone asked for this tutorial, but the thing is, I don't think I can do eyebrows that well. But bam, one eyebrow is done. Look at this is not an attractive way. But so I just lined this eyebrow. And oh my God, am I too far away? So I just lined this eyebrow. Again, you guys, this is really like barely a makeup tutorial. Not a real makeup tutorial, okay? Just sort of, I don't know, makeup themed video, I guess. So did this eyebrow, just outlined it. This is what I use to cut the eyebrow, and this is sort of what I use to blend it out. A dual-ended brush, God's gift, you know, to makeup in a lot of ways, you know. But so as I was saying, I was just finishing up my story about my ordeal with the pastor. It's amazing that wasn't the first, and it won't be the last, I'm very sure. Wasn't the first ordeal with a pastor and wasn't the last ordeal with a pastor, but you know, it happens when like there's like one pastor to every 50 people in the country that you live. But so anyway, so I'm just gonna carve this brow. I hope you can see it as I talk. But so in summation, that is, as far as I can remember, the entire Nairobi Diaries saga story. So you see, I'm not very good at this eyebrow. At the end of the day, I mean, I went to a better show. I don't really have any hard feelings with most of the cast members. I will say there's a lot of, okay. Let me be honest. Let me just be real. Pendo does, I believe, still have me blocked. I do not know why. I think it's because I'm scary. For those of you who didn't watch the reunion, there was a point at the reunion where we were sitting together and the host, Shafi, everyone knows him, asked me, he was like, do you think that you could beat Pendo up? And the thing about me at that time, guys, is I had been playing rugby for USIU for, I believe, like, at that point, 2 years at least. I think I was captain at that point. You know, I was also a lot bigger. I was probably 6 to 10 kgs heavier than I am now. I have lost a little bit of weight. Thanks for noticing, guys. Um, so I've lost a little bit of weight. So I was like a big, sporty, tattooed, chick. And so he asked me, he's like, do you think you could beat Penda's ass? And all I did, I laughed, and I goes, yeah, I think I could beat the crap out of her. I think I even said, I think I could beat the shit out of her. And she just sat next to me, and she just like took it, She just sort of sat there and was like, well, she was like, well, you're bigger than me. And I was like, yeah, I am. I am bigger than you. And I also think now I could still do it. But the thing is I don't harbor any particularly strong feelings towards anyone. I think it's like, whatever, they're going to do their life, I'm going to do mine. There was another time where I did get sent a advert from Risper. And Risper sent me I told her I was trying to be a good friend before I mentioned. I was trying to be a good friend. So she sent me this advertisement for one of those like booty popping underwears. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, live your best life. I don't know how much more your booty could pop, girl. But like, yeah. And she did not read it over. And what it actually said was booty pooper. So she sent me an advert for booty pooping underwear. It makes me laugh. And so I sent her a message back saying, you need to read over that poster. And I mean, we're not like great friends. How much am I really going to help her? I'm not going to demand she listen to me. So, okay, I probably could have. But so I told her, and then I posted, I was mean because she didn't respond. So me and my like shady self, I posted it to my Instagram, and I was like, some people are only focused on the ass and they're not focused on the words. And, I had a good laugh about it. It's like, whatever. But honestly, I don't talk to anyone really in that way. Most of you guys who think that we're like not good friends, you guys are right. None of us are particularly good friends. Like unless you were like friends before the show. Which I wasn't, I'm not in the cool kids socialites club, which I guess is okay, I don't have to be. So you guys, you're going to see my dirty house, I'm sorry. Oh, I have something in my eye. Okay, guys, so this would be the finished product. I hope you can see them well. They're not the best, they're not the worst. Again, I have a lot more eyebrow to work with than most people. I have a Jewish and Sicilian background, you guys. I am a hairy woman. Except, thanks to my waxer, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. But this has been a super long video, so thank you for watching. I'm going to now finish up this makeup that I've done, and if you have any more questions, whether it be about Nairobi Diaries or eyebrows, I'm here for you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.